After a lengthy technical difficulties, we're back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Brian Welch, Dave Bonilla, get ready to get you ready for the late part of this third quarter. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. It was a Tyson Alvarado run to the house, the second one of 2025. Their coach, great run by Tyson Alvarado.
Yeah, you know what, he got around that right end and outran. He's fast. You know, I would be interested to see what Brothers' 40 speed was.
And it's going to be Sanger West with the ball. This is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Sanger West had a 3-and-out on their first possession of the second half. They are going to put the ball second and 7. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Started at their own at 19-yard line. Cogan in shotgun, two receivers either side. Tailback to the right side as Aaron Cox Jr. hands it off to him. He's going to go to the left side, trying to find the edge. Gets to the 25-30, and he gets the first down. And he's brought down at the first down marker. Gets a hefty gain, picks up more than 7 yards. Gets around 15 on the play. 1st and 10 for Sanger West.
That was a big chunk. Too big.
So right now the Horned Toads with a 7-0 lead against Sanger West in the third quarter. 2.1 seconds to go in quarter number 3. It's been a hot one on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, and the Horned Toads heating up in the second half. 2.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball placed at their own 37 to Sanger West. One receiver on the far side, 3 on the near. Cox Jr. the tailback off the left shoulder of Cogan in the gun. Cogan in shotgun takes the snap, hands it off to Aaron Cox Jr. running right, trying to find the edge. He's brought down in the backfield. An ankle tackle bringing him down. Evan Garcia for Coalinga High School. And that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Evan Garcia's fired up. For the first time tonight, the Horned Toads head into a quarter with the lead. They lead 7-0 against Sanger West. More after this. Horned Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. Beautiful evening for football on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley as we begin the fourth quarter at Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. Alongside the coach Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch back with you. 2nd and 14 for Sanger West, moving the ball right to left. Ball placed at the 33 of Sanger West. Quarterback for Sanger West has been Kelly Cogan. He's going to have 2 receivers left, 2 right. Aaron Cox Jr., the guy who's been getting most of the carries tonight, is to the right side, taking the shotgun snap. Cogan throws right side. That ball is going to be almost picked.
Oh, my gosh.
Jason Ojeda almost had his third pick of 2025, his second one of the night. But that ball slips out of his hands. 11:54 to go in regulation.
Frustrating. He's not happy with himself. But, yeah, it was just, he had to dive for it. But still, he feels he should have had that. That would have been a big momentum change had he come up with that one.
Jason Ojeda had the first pick of the night on the first drive for Sanger West. The Horned Toads defense right now trying to flex their muscles. They have been the focal point so far tonight. The offense has struggled, but the offense has relied on Tyson Alvarado. Pivotal third down, 3rd and 14 for Sanger West, moving right to left, two right. Aaron Cox Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of Cogan, I should say, and the shotgun. Tailback to the right side. That's Aaron Cox Jr. 3rd and 14. Whistles before the snap and a penalty marker. And it's going to be from our head referee of Sean Deitz. It's a false start penalty.
Delay game,
actually. My apologies.
Moving back 5.
So that's going to be very fun to see what this Horned Toads defense can scheme up defensively. 3rd and 19. Do you go for the all-out blitz or do you go back for the zone there, Coach?
You know what? It's because they've been beat. It's been 3rd and long a couple times, and they went around the side. So I would play it safe. I think they're going to throw.
3rd and 19 from the Hornets' 28-yard line, moving right to left, two right. Aaron Cox Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of Kogan. Kogan in shotgun, takes the shotgun snap, throws right side screen pass. Aaron Cox Jr. Gets away from a tackler, but Grayson Redding's there to wrap him up like a present at the line of scrimmage. And Grayson Redding has had a great night tonight in the home opener.
You know, he's racked up some tackles. He's probably had 6-7 tackles at least tonight.
And Grayson Redding has looked really strong so far tonight. He was our Horn Toad of the Week. We're going to post that for you after tonight's game. Great conversation with the young sophomore guy who collected a lot of freshman accolades last season, leading the charge right now in this Horn Toad squad. And this is the 3rd punt of the night. 3 and out for Sanger West. You like that defensively, Coach?
I do. Good pressure. You know, and I'm surprised that they didn't throw the ball downfield a little more.
Going to get it away. Punt. That's a end over end of the night sky, the San Joaquin Valley.
Plenty of room.
Tyson Alvarado going to get it. He's going to run to his right. Gets to the 20. He breaks one tackle. The 25. Cuts left. He's going to get to the 30. Gets to the 35. Good block there by Jason Ojeda. And he's brought down at the 40. Sanger West brings him down, bringing him down.
Good run back.
For Sanger West, bringing him down was, we don't have, actually, Aaron Moreno, the junior, with the tackle for Sanger West. 1st and 10 for Coalinga. They get their third possession of the second half, moving left to right on your screen. 10:51 to go in regulation. And this is a big opportunity right now for this Horn Toad squad to get some breathing room. We've not seen some breathing room tonight, Coach.
You know what would be nice to take a drive, a little bitty drive, little by little, and put some points on the board, make it a 2-score game.
1 left, 2 right. Rios with the keeper. Rios going to bounce off the defender, and he's going to trudge forward, and he's going to be wrapped up, not going very far. Bringing him down for Sanger West on the defensive line.
Yeah, that hasn't seemed to work. They've keyed on that one pretty well.
Malam and Howe, the junior for Sanger West. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for Coalinga.
Yeah, that puts you kind of at 2nd and long. It's almost predictable. But, again, Tyson Alvarado can get you out of trouble real quick.
10:20 and running in regulation. 1 receiver on the far side, 2 on the near. They are going to go with Grayson Redding as the tailback. Tyson Alvarado the tailback to the left side of Rios. Rios fakes the handoff to him, throws to the right side. Caught by Grayson Redding. Grayson Redding with some room. Pass the midfield to the 45 to the 40. Gets to the 35 inside the 30. Grayson Redding picks up the first down at the 30-yard line. What a play there. Grayson Redding moves the sticks.
Good call. That was a good call. Little flare out, and they weren't expecting it. There was nobody on him.
28-yard gain for Grayson Redding, I should say. And the Horn Toads offense is back in business. 10:03 remaining in the first in regulation.
At worst, you need a field goal, make it a 2-score game. Coming under 10 minutes here.
And now timeout taken by Sanger West, their first one of the second half. We'll stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network alongside the Coach Dave Bonilla. I'm Brian Welch. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening, wherever you may be tuning in, either of our video stream tonight. 7-0 Coalinga out in front. And once again, apologies for the technical difficulties. It's been getting ourselves back used to the fishbowl, or as how we're calling it, the popcorn kettle.
It's hot. I told him he needs something hotter than the fishbowl because it's hot in here. For those of you that know, there's no sliding windows. So it's just glass all around.
Well, I mean, it has that fishbowl effect. But right now, this Horn Toad squad has found their ways offensively and defensively. If you're the Horn Toads right now, you have to strike with the irons hot with 10:03 to go in regulation.
You'd like to make it a 2-score game. That kind of puts your defense at ease. You don't want to lay off, but it gives you, you can take chances. That you might be able to blitz, knowing that you have a 2-score lead.
Horn Toads offense so far has been a Tyson Alvarado scamper into the end zone for 6, his second touchdown of 2025. Pistol formation, Tyson Alvarado and Cameron Morgan in the backfield with Daniel Rios. 1 receiver on the far side, 2 on the near. Rios with the shotgun snap, hands it off to the running back of Tyson Alvarado. Runs left, trying to find the edge of the 25. Gets to the 20, 15, still on his feet, and Tyson Alvarado is brought down by Aaron Cox Jr. inside the red zone. 1st and 10 for Coalinga. Great pickup there, gain of 11 on the play.
You know what? I said it before, I'm going to say it again. That was all him. He just outran him. They couldn't catch him. He outran them.
Gain of 21 on the play. I jumped the gun a little bit. 10 more extra yards for Tyson Alvarado, but that's been what he's been doing tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of hobbling or something. Yeah, he came up gingerly.
And he's going to be being checked out on the sideline. 1st and 10 at they're going to say, at the 14 of Sanger West. Ball on the far mark. 9:36 and running in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. This is a big opportunity for the Horned Toads offense to strike while the iron's hot. One receiver on the far side, one on the near. That's Corvallis White. Grayson Redding in shotgun, kicks it himself, runs in between the tackles. Grayson Redding bulldozes over a defender, and he bulldozes Raul Rodriguez. Gets a couple on the play, 2nd down.
Picked up about, 3 or 4?
So Grayson Redding, they're going to say picked up around, they're going to say
about 3?
They're going to say 3. 2nd and 7 for the Horned Toads. 9:04 and running in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front. Daniel Rios is on the sideline. So Grayson Redding has the keys to the car offensively.
You know what I was going to say. With 8 minutes and going, you want to keep the clock running, but you also want to keep your game, and you want to punch it in.
And this has been a team that has had its moments so far. They scored 13 points last week in Carruthers, trying to punch in another touchdown. Grayson Redding, shotgun, motions Eric Hernandez, motion before the snap, or they're going to say a timeout taken by Coalinga. First timeout of the second half. We'll take a timeout as well. 2nd and 6 for the Horned Toads when we come right back after this. They are knocking on the door. 8:32 remaining in regulation from Coalinga. Horned Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. In regulation, Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch back with you. Grayson Redding in the shotgun, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado, runs left, trying to find his way in between the tackles. He's brought down by that front line for Sanger West. Bringing him down for the Hornets has been the tackling machine of Ponder Richardson. Has had a couple tackles so far tonight for Sanger West, and this brings up a pivotal 3rd and 7 after no gain on the play there, Coach Dave Bonilla.
You know what? Yeah, because they tried to go off tackle on that one. Their bread and butter has been him around the left side, right side. Get him out, uses wheels, and he outruns them. Let's see what they come up with right here. 3rd down.
You can definitely feel this is 4 down territory. The Horned Toads have not trusted their kicking unit so far tonight. 2 left, 1 right. Cameron Morgan and Tyson Alvarado in the backfield. They're going to line up in a pistol look. Grayson Redding still in shotgun. Daniel Rios on the sideline. Grayson Redding in the gun, hands it off to the running back. Tyson Alvarado runs right, trying to find the edge. Stiff arms a man, and he gets close to inside the 15. Good tackling by Richie Reyes, the junior for Sanger West. Gets to the 11-yard line, picks up a couple on the play, 4th down. And the Horned Toads have not trusted their field goal unit so far tonight. A couple of bad snaps, a blocked field goal. And do you keep the offense out there, Coach?
Well, it's kind of you want to get your center out there and build his confidence again, but then you don't want it to backfire. Now that's where it comes in huge. How they kicked one of those, had they made one of those earlier, it would already be a two-score game.
7:03 and running in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front. They are going to roll the dice. Pistol formation for Grayson Redding, Cameron Morgan, and Tyson Alvarado in the backfield. One receiver either side.
Yes,
motion before the snap. And the chemo special right there, folks.
Shout out to Chemo Cole, my boy.
And that is going to move the sticks. Makes it a more manageable 4th and 9 to a 4th and 4. I'm doing math there. I know Richard Welch is proud of that right there. Great college education.
Son of a math teacher. You're a son of a math teacher.
Hey, the college degree worked out.
Paying off. Communications.
They're going to say 4th and 4, 6:46 to go in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front. Horned Toads knocking on the door after a big run by Tyson Alvarado to put the Horned Toads out in front for the first time tonight, trying to get themselves into the end zone or at least past that 1st down marker. One receiver either side. Cameron Morgan off the left shoulder of Grayson Redding. Tyson Alvarado in the backfield. Grayson Redding in shotgun takes the snap. Right hand off to Tyson Alvarado. Going to try to find the left side. Cuts to his right. Tyson Alvarado still on his feet. Penalty marker flies. Runs in between the tackles. Tyson Alvarado into the end zone. Touchdown Toads. But wait, there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding.
And it's in the backfield, and it's a holding call on the Toads. Literally 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But you like the acrobaticness of Tyson Alvarado tonight, Coach.
Good change of direction, real good change of direction. Unfortunately, holding on the call.
And Tyson Alvarado, who's been slow to get up most of the second half, being checked out by the athletic trainer for the Toads. And he is kneeled down at the 6. We are in the 4th, 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. 6:13 to go in regulation. And Coalinga right now trying to find their offense. That's going to be, they're going to put that at the 16-yard line. If you're Coalinga, you're just like, what are we doing, you know?
You know, and if there's anything positive you can pull out of this drive is that they're milking clock. They're chewing away at that clock, so we're getting close to 5 minutes left in the game.
They are going to go 2 left, 2 right. Grayson Redding now the tailback off the left shoulder of Daniel Rios. Daniel Rios taking a breather for the last 5 plays. Ball on the near hash at the 16, 4th and 12. Rios, plenty of time, wants to air it out down to the far side. That ball is going to be incomplete.
Oh, my goodness.
As no flags and a late flag called.
Yes.
And let's see what the call is going to be here.
That was obvious. He hit him before the ball got there.
It has been a very chippy game on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. It has been a very handkerchief-happy refereeing crew. Let's see what the call is going to be from the head referee of Sean Dietz.
Yep.
And it's going to be a pass interference on Sanger West. And they're going to say automatic first down.
Should be.
And you would put it inside the 5.
Where's the ball at right now? They're
going to say
they probably go half the distance. 10 yards, 10 or 15.
15's an automatic first down. We're doing the math on the Toad Streaming Network, you know. They're going to mark it 15. And the referee, with it being half the distance to the goal.
Should be automatic first.
It should. And they're going to put it at the 8 of Sanger West. Ball on the far hash. 6:07 to go in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front. Horned Toads knocking on the door offensively.
Still 4th down. Wow.
Interesting.
Maybe that's the rule. I don't know the rule.
They are going to go 4th and 6. We forgot to print that rule book up for you. It was 20 pages long, but Horned Toads right now trying to capitalize on those 4th down. Grayson Redding in the shotgun. Grayson Redding does not know what's going on, and the Horned Toads have to burn another timeout. Another miscommunication. And Kel Bordeaux, one of the assistant coaches, not happy about that. James Watson, acting head coach, not happy about that either.
Yeah, you kind of like to save your timeouts when they're needed.
So we're going to stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. 6:07 to go in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front, alongside the coach Dave Bonilla. Brian Woj with you. And Coach, it's just been a very sputtering night for the Horned Toads offense.
Back and forth, like you say. We get a gain and it's a couple steps backwards. Move forward, couple steps backwards.
And what do you think that message is in that huddle right now? Like, find that extra push to get themselves
I think
over?
Part of the communication, because I know they have those wristbands, so if they're calling in plays and they're looking at what the play is, either they didn't get in time or they weren't sure what. It's 4th down, so you got to make sure. You want to be sure, and you know what you're doing. You're doing what you want to do, and not just snap it and go.
And the Horned Toads have had a disastrous time with the special teams. A blocked field goal, a couple of turnover on downs. They were trying to get the snap off in the first time, and J.D. Reed, the holder, took a knee, and that's where the Horned Toads drive ended. They're going to say 4th and 4 with 6:07 to go in regulation. One receiver left, 2 right. Rolls to his right after receiving the shotgun. They're going to throw it, and that's going to be incomplete in a late push after the play. And Sanger West gets the ball back. Horned Toads turn the ball over on downs.
Got clobbered.
And there's no flag for that late push. So a turnover on downs. The 3rd time tonight the Horned Toads have turned the ball over on downs.
You know, and if you can take anything from that drive, again, under 6 minutes now, and they have it inside the 10, so they got to drive 90 yards. You call on your defense to get a stop.
And you have to, if you're Coalinga, you have to find ways to slow down this offense of Sanger West. They have not done much offensively, but when they've heated up, they've found ways into the end zone. So they are going to go 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line. Hands it off as Aaron Cox Jr. up the gut he goes, and he's going to be brought down by a whole host of Horned Toad tacklers, bringing him down. Evan Garcia.
In times like that, they have like a 2-yard one. We clogged up the middle.
It's just you have to bob and weave. It's like when you're in a boxing match, you have to find that uppercut, you have to find that Achilles heel. Now, this has been a very interesting one so far. Malachi Young's going to check in, the senior QB, guy who went 3 for 13 against Mission Oak, will throw it over the middle. That ball is going to be caught complete, and that is going to be a huge grab. Dominic Street, the senior who had 2 carries last week, moves to 6 for Sanger West.
Like soft coverage on that one. He was open within 5 yards.
And this is a Horned Toad squad trying to get it used to Malachi Young. We have not seen Young play so far tonight for Sanger West. We are in the 4th quarter, 5:18 and running, 7-0. Horned Toads leading against Sanger West. Big opportunity and a big momentum swing if the Hornets can try to keep this offense moving. Young with the shotgun, backs it up, will throw right side. That ball is going to be complete. The Street again, 1st down and more, and he's going to be wrestled down, upended by the Horned Toads defense. Good tackling by the Horned Toads. Jason Ojeda with the stop, but it's a gain of 12, and back-to-back plays by Street.
It looks like different coverage. Look at there's like dropping in a zone, and they're just setting up in the zone in front of the defenders and picking away 10, 15 yards.
Clock is moving. Actually, the clock is not moving. The referee keeping it rolling his hand out. That's going to be under 5 minutes of play in regulation. 7-0 Coalinga out in front against Sanger West. Horned Toads trying to find that Achilles heel and Malachi Young. Malachi Young bringing a lot of life into this offense. Takes a low snap. Will screen pass to the left side, and it's overthrown. Good defense and a good pressure by Tyson Alvarado to bring the pressure. Intended receiver was the running back, Aaron Cox Jr., 2nd and 10 at the 41 for Sanger West.
You know what? And we were fortunate that was a bad pass because he had open field. Our first defender was probably 10 yards away.
We're going to say 2nd and 10 at the 41, 4:44 to go in regulation. And right now, this Horned Toad squad looking for a stop. Malachi Young bringing a lot of energy for this Hornet squad. 3 left, 1 right. Cox Jr., the tailback, off to the left shoulder of Young. Young with the snap, fakes the handoff to Cox, gets it over to his teammate of Street. Street with a 1st down and more. Corkscrews out of a tackle, and he gets inside Horned Toad territory, and he gets to the 43. And it's been the Dominic Street show so far on this drive, Coach.
They're getting big chunks. They're getting 2 big chunks. 2 TOO big chunks. Too much.
Well, I know your wife being a former English teacher, you have to say 2 TOO.
Spell it right.
1st and 10 at the Coalinga 44. 2 left, 2 right. Malachi Young bringing a lot of offense so far for the Sanger West squad, moving right to left. Hands it off to the running back of Aaron Cox. Finds a hole in between the tackles, and he's met up by Grayson Redding and also, Tyson Alvarado with the tackle and bringing him down. Jackson Worth. My apologies. Eduardo Morales brings him down. That's going to be a hefty gain. Picks up around, they're going to say pick up a 7 on the play, 2nd and 3. This is going to be a Hornet squad that started at their own 8-yard line after the Horned Toads turned the ball over on downs. 3:46 and running in regulation. 2 left, 2 right. Malachi Young in shotgun. Aaron Cox Jr. the tailback to the left side. Young with the carry, and up the gut he goes, and he's met by Grayson Redding. Grayson Redding has had the Hornets offense so far tonight.
Ouch.
And Malachi Young is slow to get up off the field. Head coach Rob Thompson checks on his player, takes his helmet off.
He looked like he got bent backwards.
Athletic trainer for Sanger West making sure he's okay. This has been a tough one tonight on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Temperature still in the 80s, but it still has that little bit, it's a little bit muggy, it feels like.
It's hot.
Yes, it's hot. And the craziest thing, no wind.
No.
We've not seen any wind since late in the JV game. That was a 6-6 tie. yours truly had to run the game clock and did the PA work for that.
Double duty. Putting that communications degree.
You know what?
Work.
Running the, hey, you know what? I got really familiar with the white hat, pressing the button,
There you go.
with the head referee, Sean Dietz. So he gets back up. Malachi Young limping around on that, favoring that right leg.
Maybe you give him some help, huh? Making him do it himself.
So now the ball's back to Kelly Cogan. Kelly Cogan, who has not had much success offensively, trying to take over Malachi Young's offense. Hornets right now trying to capitalize. 3:28 to go in regulation. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. Pivotal 3rd and 3 at the 37 of Coalinga. 2 left, 2 right. Aaron Cox Jr. the tailback to the right side of Coalinga. Coalinga takes a shotgun snap, pressured 4-man rush, and he's going to breaks one tackle, and he breaks another tackle, but the Horned Toads wrestle him down to the ground. Evan Garcia and Grayson Redding bring him down at the line of scrimmage, and a great play there, a 4-man rush, and the Horned Toads get him out of the pocket.
He was fortunate. We should have had him down about the 42, 43, but he slithered his way inside the 40 and picked up about 1 yard.
And this feels like the game. 4th and 4 at the 38. They're going to say he did not pick it. They're going to say 4th and 4 at the 38 of Coalinga. And right now, Sanger West trying to keep this offense moving. 3 left, 1 right.
Watch the ball.
Aaron Cox Jr. the tailback to the right side of Clogan, moving the ball right to left. Ball on the far mark. Clogan claps his hands once, throws a screen pass to the left side of Street, and Street's going to try to break a tackle, still on his feet.
Yes.
And a good tackle from behind, bringing them down. Tyson Alvarado and the Horned Toads defense holds firm, and that is going to be a turnover on downs, and the Horned Toads get the ball back. Back-to-back drives, once for the Horned Toads and once for the Hornets. Turnover on downs.
Good stand, good stand. Again, I am surprised they didn't throw past the sticks,
They wanted to, Dominic Street has beaten the Horned Toad secondary with that finesse.
Yeah, they took a chance and gambled on that one.
So turnover on downs for Sanger West, puts the ball at the 38 for Coalinga, 4th drive of the second half. And right now, Coalinga trying to keep this offense moving. This is a big opportunity for the Toads. 2:15 to go, 2:25 to go, I should say, in regulation. 7-0 Coalinga out in front against Sanger West.
Are those timeouts accurate? Have they not burned any, Sanger?
They have not burned. They burned 1
this half.
They burned 1 in this half.
Okay.
2 left, 1 right. Wing T look for Grayson Redding and shotgun. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to the running back. Tyson Alvarado runs right, trying to find the edge. And he's brought down by Ponder Richardson for Sanger West. Guy who's made his name known so far tonight in Coalinga. Picks up around 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Coalinga.
I think we need if we need 1 first down, I think to ice it, because we're hitting 2 minutes right now.
Sanger West has 2 timeouts in their possession. And if you snap it right now, you can probably get it to the 135 mark.
Oh, you know what? Right now is when you need your coach to have his watch out, and you want to take every second you can of the play clock.
And the Hornets take their advice, and they burn their 2nd timeout of the night. 1 timeout left for Sanger West. 1:52 to go in regulation. We'll stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. Alongside with the coach, Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch with you on this Friday night in Central California on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. 7-0 Horned Toads out in front against Sanger West. Stay tuned for the Horned Toads post-game show. Get a chance to look at the drive summary throughout the whole entire game. Plus, we pick our Gatorade offensive and defensive player of the game. That's right. We'll talk about that in the post-game show. I know you're probably intrigued about that, but it is going to be a 2nd down and 7 for Coalinga after the timeout taken by Sanger West. Ball placed at the 41 of the Horned Toads. Ball on the near mark, moving left to right. And this Horned Toad squad right now going to have Grayson Redding. He's going to run the throttle. Cameron Morgan to his left side. Dominic Argalarde, we have not called his name as much tonight. He's going to be in the backfield. Grayson Redding in shotgun. Calls for the snap, wanted to try to see for a chemo special. Does take the snap, wants to keep it himself. Runs in between the tackles, still on his feet, trudges forward to the 45, and he picks up around 4 on the play. Good tackling by the Sanger West defense. Ponder Richardson once again with the tackle there, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? Good 4 or 5 yards, keeping it on the ground. They're going to make them burn their last time out.
And Rob Thompson does burn his last time out. That's big right there for the Toads.
Did they call a timeout?
It looks like they did.
They cheat. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, wouldn't you call it right after the whistle? They wasted about 10 seconds on that one, and we'll take it, though. We'll take it.
Well, it sets up a 3rd and 3 after the timeout. We'll stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening, wherever you may be tuning in. If you're just now joining us on the Toad Streaming Network, the only offense we've seen so far tonight has been a Tyson Alvarado touchdown to the house to the north end side of Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. That's been the offense. A literal grudge match to open up the home portion of this 2025 season. And Coalinga right now in the driver's seat right now offensively. If you convert on this 3rd down, it is
ball game.
It's ball game over.
It's ball game if they score or get a first down. Right, it may be 4-down territory, depending on how close they go.
2 left, 1 right. Grayson ready in shotgun pistol formation.
Chemo special.
3rd and 3 from the 45 of Coalinga. Grayson Redding trying to do a hard count and a whistle.
Trying to get a cheap one.
And a timeout taken by acting head coach James Watson. That is going to be their final timeout of the game. And we were talking about Daniel Rios earlier being on the sideline. He's being checked out now by the staff.
Yeah, he's done for the night. Looks like he's got ice pack on his right shoulder. And he pointed to it when he was coming off the field, too, on that hit.
Kevin Brown, the athletic trainer for the Toads, making sure that he's okay. That's a big bag of ice on Daniel Rios' shoulder. Hopefully he'll be back in time for next week's game against Templeton. 7:30 kickoff, pregame show at 7:08. We are going to have that for you. Minus the technical difficulties. Cross our fingers. We're not going to speak it into existence, but a 3rd and 3 right now. Horned Toads trying to convert on 3rd down. Grayson running with the run. Up they got. He goes. Bulldozes the defender over the rugby scrum. It's going to be a first down. Grayson Redding called checkmate last week in Carruthers. He calls checkmate tonight in Coalinga. Grayson Redding picks up 5 on the play, and the Horned Toads can end this hunt in style.
4 or 5 yards. We'll take it.
And that's been the offense tonight, running the football. 1:08 to go in regulation. Grayson Redding's going to be in shotgun. Great job to see Cameron Morgan back in a Horned Toad uniform. Once again, one of the guys that was a part of that championship team from last year. Horned Toads are going to be in a wing T look. Dominic Argalarde in the backfield. Cameron Morgan on the backfield as well of Grayson Redding. Redding's going to take the snap, and he's going to take a knee, and Grayson Redding has had back-to-back weeks of fun in the sun or in the Friday night lights of Coalinga and Carruthers. A lot of fun so far tonight for the young man who was a freshman last year on that championship team. 30 seconds to go in regulation.
Shout out to those in Shasta and company. Thank you for listening.
Well, that's right. Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Joe Ward and company.
That's right. We had Joe Ward on last season. Maybe we'll get Joe on for halftime when he comes down from Shasta.
We'll have a phone call. We'll get him on a phone call. Hear that, Joe?
And that is going to do it after another knee. The Horned Toads survive. It was a gritty performance tonight. It wasn't pretty, but the Horned Toads survive in the home opener. 7-0 victory against Sanger West. And the Horned Toads improved to 2-0 on this 2025 season. Sanger West, falls to 0-2 on this 2025 season. The Horned Toads stay in the win column, 2-0. We'll be right back after this to break this one down. Very fun victory at Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl to open up the 2025 home portion of the season. More after this from Coalinga Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network. A win is a win tonight on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. A 7-0 victory for your Coalinga High School Horned Toads. They improved to 2-0 after taking down Sanger West High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch of the Toad Streaming Network alongside the coach, Dave Bonilla. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening, wherever you may be tuning in, and welcome to the Horned Toads postgame show. Coach, we talked about it in the game. It was a literal grudge match. A win's a win. But if you're the Horned Toad, you have to go back to the drawing board when you take on Templeton High School next week.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Watson during the week, and he said it wasn't pretty at Carruthers, but it's a win. It wasn't pretty today, but again, you take the W. It's a W in the books, and you learn from it. And unfortunately, didn't play their best, and they're 2-0. So that sets them up for a 2-0 match against Templeton. I'm not sure what their record is.
You think about how this team has played so far throughout this whole entire season. 2 games in, Tyson Alvarado has had a great 2 games so far.
You know, and I've been away from the high school for a few years, so I'm not aware of who's here, but I'm impressed with him. He's just fast. I'd be interested to who was faster today, him or her older brother Brian. Different types of runners.
Yeah.
And Brian could run people over a little more than did Tyson, but Tyson's kind of outrunning them and getting around the edge. But I'm impressed with him. I like him.
Let's take a look at the drive summary for tonight's game. It was Sanger West that got the opening drive of the game. They started at their own 20-yard line, but the drive ended with a Jason Ojeda interception. Horned Toads had to punt the ball with a 3-and-out in their first drive. Sanger West got the ball at their own 20. That was a 3-and-out. The Horned Toads got the ball back on their second drive, but they had to turn the ball over on downs. Sanger West, in the late part of the first quarter, they were marching down the field, but it was a 3-and-out. The defense providing a lot of the fun for the Horned Toads. And in the second quarter, the Horned Toads on their third drive of the first half had a turnover on downs. Sanger West in their fourth drive had a 3-and-out, their third one of the night. Horned Toads trying to get themselves on the scoreboard late in the first half, but a blocked field goal ended that chance for the Horned Toads offensively, and Sanger West had the ball to end the first half. In the second half, we did not see the 5 straight 3-and-outs for the Horned Toads and the Blue Raiders of Carruthers High School last week, but it was 2 straight 3-and-outs of the start of the second half between CHS and Sanger West, 1 each for the Hornets and the Horned Toads. And the Horned Toads in their second possession of the second half, a Tyson Alvarado run, and that play would seal the deal for your Horned Toads. Sanger West had a 3-and-out. That started in the fourth quarter. CHS got the ball back, a turnover on downs. Sanger West got the ball back as well, and they had a turnover on downs, and the Horned Toads ran the clock out with a Grayson Redding 5-yard run. He called checkmate in Carruthers. He called checkmate in Coalinga. And that's the drive summary for tonight's game between Sanger West and Coalinga. All right, Coach, we were talking about this week when we had dinner at our favorite place, El Mexicano.
Mexicano, Michoacano?
Of course.
I call it the DMV.
The DMV, yes.
DMV.
And let's pick our defensive player of the game and our offensive player of the game. And it is brought to you by Gatorade. We don't have the sponsorship, but Dave, can you talk a little bit about our player of the game right now?
I would go with offensively.
Okay.
I'm going to go Brian Alvarado. See, like I
Tyson Alvarado.
Tyson Alvarado. Yeah, it was Tyson Alvarado, I think, the difference in today's game.
Tyson Alvarado, his touchdown run, a big run by Tyson, picking up his second touchdown of 2025. The Horned Toads jumping around on the left-hand side of your screen there. And our defensive player of the game?
Like the big boy in the middle.
Grayson Redding had a lot of great tackles, a lot of crucial tackles for the Horned Toads defense.
Yeah.
Grayson Redding's our defensive player of the game, and Tyson Alvarado is our offensive player of the game. And we're kind of making this a really fun experience for the Horned Toads. Our defensive player of the game and our offensive player of the game, week in and week out, will receive what?
A Gatorade. I'm going to go ahead and open up my pocketbook.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy Gatorade for players of the game, players offense and defense. Hopefully we don't have the whole defense as a team. We may have to draw numbers or flip coins, but
probably pick one out of the hat.
We'll have to. We might have to do that, but yeah.
Tyson Alvarado is our offensive player of the game, and Grayson Redding is our defensive player of the game. A 7-0 victory for your Coalinga High School Horned Toads in the home opener of this 2025 season. Next week, the Horned Toads are back at home. It's a game against Templeton High School. If you remember from last year, it was a very sneaky game on the Central Coast. A 21-7. I forgot the score, but it was a close one at Templeton. But, Coach, 2 wins, but 2 close, gritty wins. I guess it's going to be going back to the drawing board to establish that running game to be consistent going into Templeton.
Well, like I said, it wasn't pretty, but they got the W. And I think Templeton's going to be their toughest game so far. So they are going to have to make some adjustments to see what they can come up with.
Coalinga 2-0 on this 2025 season. The Horned Toads back in action next Friday night. That's going to be a 7:30 kickoff pregame show at 7:10 on the Toad Streaming Network. Then that next week, a Thursday night affair, a 9-11 game against Sierra Pacific. That's going to be in Hanford. Trying to figure out where we're going to be. We're going to be there. We're trying to figure out which venue we're going to be at in Hanford. Maybe we'll be at the Neighbors Bowl.
There you go.
But, Coach, a very fun game tonight. I know the technical difficulties. It was frustrating, but hey, we're back. We're on the air right now.
And about those technical difficulties, it was Brian Welch who solved the technical difficulties. I had nothing to do with it. I am not techie.
So you're just saying, yeah, your technical skills are out the window
They're
right
done.
now.
I don't have any.
I will ask you this, Coach. The defense has stood up when the game has mattered the most in back-to-back weeks. Last week against Carruthers, this week against Sanger West. Is there going to be a median right now where this defense, what else can this defense do for next week?
Well, I mean, so Jackson Worth was a big part of Carruthers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he played at all or just very little. So maybe if they start moving some pieces around, again, I'm not at practice, so I don't know who, what, where, but they can only get better.
Yeah.
Cameron Morgan when they made a little difference, but if they, fine-tune the ends but as erratic as it looked, they pitched a shutout today.
And that's the first one of 2025. A team that had over 5 shutouts last year. That Valley Championship team had a lot of fun in that 2024 season, but the 2025 Toads get a 7-0 victory against Sanger West High School. And this is going to be a very interesting game going into next week against Templeton High School. Two teams that played really evenly last year, and the Horned Toads kind of had that similar style of game against the Eagles last year on the Central Coast. And hopefully, I mean, we got to bring in a fan or something for next week, I mean, like into the popcorn cooker,
There we go.
But, Coach, anything else you want to add? I know that you want to get your tacos at Tres Agaves. So if you're going to Tres Agaves right now, hold Dave Bonilla's place in line right now.
I'm going to bed here in about 30 minutes.
Hey, Fresno State playing Georgia Southern
I'll
tomorrow
be there.
night?
Got my season tickets. I'll be there.
What do you want to see from the Bulldogs?
A win.
I mean, obviously,
a win,
Coach.
and a little bounce back from that Kansas pounding, but we'll see,
Well, I mean, if it helps you out, Boise State lost.
Yeah.
And then San Jose State, last time we checked, it was Central Michigan out in front in their season opener. UNLV did not look really good, so it's going to be a toss-up in the Mountain West. But, Coach, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Always great doing the game with you. Let's do another one tomorrow, next week,
Yeah, we'll do it.
And speaking of tomorrow, you can catch the Coalinga College Falcons. They open up their 2025 season against Feather River College. You can catch the action on the Falcons Audio Network. I'll be on the call for that. Pre-game show at 12:40 with a 1 o'clock kickoff from Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. That will do it for you from Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl in Coalinga, California. For everyone here who's put this broadcast together, from the principal of Coalinga High School, Sheila Diaz, athletic director of Coalinga High School, Michael Jaycott, our camera guy tonight, the retired math teacher, Richard Welch, his classic wave to the camera. He's Dave Bonilla. I'm Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Coalinga. It's a 7-0 victory for your Coalinga High School Horned Toads. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Networks.